Sahabat bola.com, kembali lagi bersama gua Henry Wibowo di acara Bola Break. Di edisi kali ini spesial banget nih, bintang tamunya nggak kaleng-kaleng, langsung datang dari Inggris, brother, boset.
Tapi
soalnya gue belum kenalin Bromek gue dulu nih, kenalin dulu dong, lupa gua.
Gue Gregan dari Kesani, alhamdulillah kita bisa ketemu lagi Bromek ya.
Yoi.
Dan yang tadi seperti Bromek Henry bilang bakal ada tamu yang super spesial karena datang jauh-jauh banget ini dari, udah bukan dari luar pulau lagi nih, luar benua nih. Cuman gue mau cerita sedikit Bromek sebelum kita kenalan.
Iya.
Jadi si orang ini, si abang-abangan ini ya, itu gue sebulan yang lalu kali ya, gue tuh bikin konten sama dia di YouTube bola.com. Dan itu tuh viewsnya lumayan banyak, alhamdulillah.
Udah pada nonton belum nih? Sahabat bola.com sama
kasih linknya di bawah ya.
Nih.
Nah terus tiba-tiba dia bilang, dia update status tuh di Instastory tuh. Akhirnya gue react kan. Gue react tuh Bromek tuh. Tiba-tiba dia nyaut, "Woi, lagi di Indonesia nih, mau ngajak ketemu," gitu dia bilang. Cuman kita mau ketemu 2 kali tuh ke cancel mulu tuh. Karena hal apa ternyata si abang-abangan ini tuh di Indonesia pun dia itu nggak jalan-jalan loh Bromek loh. Dia itu tetap ngelatih kebugaran. Dia itu profesional sekali, profesional model lah gitu. Jadi maksudnya walaupun dia lagi di Indonesia nih, tetap dia itu nyari-nyari fitness area, kemudian dia tetap olahraga gitu Bromek. Nah, nanti kita tanya-tanya lagi deh serunya sama siapa. Mari kita perkenalkan. Ini dia Abang Joseph Ferguson Simatupang atau Joseph Ferguson. Tepuk tangan.
Dan gitu. Joseph ini bermain di divisi Northern Premier League ya.
Itu kayak regional liganya ya di Inggris.
What's your club?
So FC United of Manchester.
FC United of Manchester. Itu jadi saudaranya Manchester United lah pokoknya. Gitu. Atau ada di divisi 6 division or?
I think it's 6 or maybe 7.
6 or 7. Jadi kasta ke-6 atau kasta ke-7. Tapi it's okay lah mau kasta berapa, yang penting dia dari namanya aja nih, Simatupang, dia ada nama Indonesiaan ini Bromek. Sama kayak istri lo kan, Batak
betul,
juga kan.
Cuman beda marga.
Beda marga aja gitu. Oke. Jadi kita mau ngomongin apa aja nih hari ini Bromek?
Ya, kita ngomong dari please introduce your blood in Indonesia. Blood is from your mother or?
Yeah, so my origins, my father's English, and I was born in England, but my mother is from Pontianak, and so I have some family there and family all over in Indonesia. So yeah, that's where I get the Simatupang name from, and then the Ferguson name is obviously English.
Oke, jadi kita artiin sedikit kali Bro. Jadi dia ini kelahiran Inggris, cuman dia bangga sekali dengan akar Indonesianya, itu makanya dia pakai nama Joseph Ferguson Simatupang. Itu tuh salah satu pahlawan kita ya, Indonesia sampai dijadiin jalan gitu ya. Dan nanti kita bakal gali lebih lanjut lagi. Dan tadi habis itu kita mau bahas apa lagi nih Bro Mek nih setelah ini?
About your career, so why you choose football?
I think in England it's not even a choice. It's just your surrounding is pretty much football. Like from when you're growing up, you're watching football. Your family supports football, so it's actually very easy to get introduced into football. And maybe that's just at the start for like playing for fun or playing with your friends in school. But then when I started to get a little bit older and started to play with a team, I was like, okay, I'm not just average. I really like to play football, and I have some talent. So I decided when I was younger that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for my career. And when I was growing up, I had some opportunities to play in like academies. So we play an academy system back in the UK, and then again I had some success, and then wanted to carry on playing.
Yes. And jadinya kan bahasa Inggris tuh gua. apart from football, selain daripada sepak bola, Bang Joseph ini kita manggil abang, nggak apa-apa ya? Abang Joseph ya.
Brother aja, Brother Joseph. Brother Joseph aja.
Brother Joseph ini ternyata yang gua tahu dia itu selain jadi pro footballer, jadi pemain sepak bola, dia juga melatih. So apart from that you not only that you play football, you also
coaches.
You also are doing like coaching clinic or so. Can you explain to us?
Yeah, so my football journey has been very up and down, so which is normal, especially in England. So I've had some really good times and playing like full time. So where my only job was football, and then after a couple of injuries and then a little bit worse times, I find myself playing semi-professional. So that means you're not playing all the time. So I decided, okay, I wanna find something else to do as well alongside my football, and I had an opportunity to go back to Blackburn Rovers to go and coach. So coaching with the academy system with boys as young as 6 years old in England. That's how young we start in the academy, and then from boys up until 12. And now recently I've been doing like my own personal coaching, and I'm working with some professional players, semi-professional players, especially in the off season, to sort of build the capacity so they can go back into pre-season.
Abang Joseph usianya berapa sekarang?
Sorry.
Usia.
How old are you?
21.
21.
Oh, bisa tuh ternyata ngomong bahasa Indonesia dia ya.
Bisa ya. Jadi 21 tahun Abang Joseph ini, dan dia udah jadi pemain dan juga pelatih untuk pemain-pemain muda di Manchester ya, di area Manchester.
Iya,
Manchester.
di Manchester sama Blackburn.
Oh, sama Blackburn juga.
What the type you're injured?
I don't know how to say in Indonesian. Back
hurts?
Back fracture.
Okay.
So the spine, like the vertebrae, is fractured, but not just once. It happened twice now already in my career. So.
Okay.
So yeah.
Operation or?
No operation with this type of injury. You just have to rest maybe for 3 months, and then the rehabilitation process is maybe another 3 to 6 months.
So this is the off season, and now you decided to come to your homeland.
Yeah. After many years. So I've been planning this trip now for 1 year, because I used to come to Indonesia. I have lots of family here. I used to come maybe once or twice every year, sometimes for 1 month.
Whoa, off season.
Yeah.
In off season.
But then because of my football, the season, and then COVID, I've not been able to come for like 6 years. So this is a really good opportunity to see my family, coming back to the homeland, and obviously to see you guys and do this. So.
Jadi si Abang Joseph ini ternyata kesini, dia tuh udah bawa sepatu bola, bro. Dia kiranya kita mau main bola bareng gitu. Karena waktu pas di DM di Instagram, aku mau bawa sepatu bola ya, nggak usah, kita makan aja gitu. Gini, ternyata dia
padahal masih minggu depan kita main di Beromik ya.
Iya, but sadly, unfortunately, kita nggak ada jadwal. We don't have the schedule next Wednesday. Tapi it's okay lah, maybe in another opportunity we can play football together.
I thought it was because you're scared.
What?
I thought it was because you were scared to play.
No, I don't think I said.
Yeah, you did. What's scared? Taku. Yeah, it's scared, right?
Scan.
Yeah, you said you were scared.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of anybody. No. I can take you on.
No.
Jadi dia nantang waktu itu. Emang lu bisa ngelawan gua, kata dikit. Wih, belum tahu aja ini. Ya bro, ya kasih tahu nih.
Kasih paham.
He's a good defender.
Yeah, good. I'm a good defender.
You are curang. You know, you're lying.
So ngomongin posisi, what is your position
right
in
back.
FC United Manchester?
So I'm a right back. So in my career I played right back, right wing back, and also can play centre back.
Nah, menarik nih, kita tanya-tanya nih pemain-pemain terbaik di posisinya dia di Liga Inggris sekarang tuh siapa?
Oke, nanti di segmen kedua ya.
Segmen kedua ya. Kita masih mau ngulik sedikit lagi lah tentang we want to dig anything about you, everything about you. So
do you have ever communicate with PSSI in
the
Indonesia?
Football Federation?
Yeah, so during my time at Blackburn,
What years?
Let me think now. Maybe when I was 18. So
yeah.
that's a lot. That time was when I really started to get a lot of like media and attention from Indonesia, because I started to progress my career in England, right? But at that time I was also injured, and when the contact was made, I was the back fracture that I spoke about. So I couldn't then go over to maybe train or really develop the negotiations because I wasn't fit enough at that time.
Jadi timingnya nggak pas.
Jadi
PSSI
pas lagi komunikasi ternyata lagi cedera
lagi
dia.
Cedera, lagi sakit.
Iya.
Tapi apart from that, do you wish to, do you watch Indonesia national team for the last maybe 1 year or 2 years?
Yeah, I think it's hard maybe not to watch it, because the standard is getting better and better, right? And the competition the success is getting bigger and bigger. So it's hard not to see it on the news or also follow it, and of course like my family here follow it as well, so we like communicate about the success and the success of the team. So yeah, I keep up with it and I follow it. I obviously my focus is on me playing there and playing in England, but I managed to see some bits. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a contract with FC United of Manchester.
Yeah.
For another year or another 2 seasons.
So it's because obviously it was semi-pro. Because I think maybe it was 7th or 8th tier. I can't remember off the top of my head. So I have a contract now with FC United for 1 year.
For 1 year.
So that'll take me to next pre-season or next year. This time next year.
Do you have advice for Indonesia player to play in England? Do you advise for?
To advise to play in England, I'd say of course like England is probably one of the best places to learn, not just about like how to play, but learn our way of playing, which is one of the best in the world. And like I said before, the culture is so centered around football. So I would advise people, if they can, obviously, to try and learn, and if you can't, obviously go to the UK, then maybe study or watch the games and be inspired by that. But for me, is the question like, what can you do to play over there, or do I advise people to go to
play abroad? What do you think Indonesian players need? Not only the mentality, but
I think talent is, and I'm coming from a place where I still have a lot to go. I still have a lot to learn. I'm only 21, and my career is still progressing. But now from my time in coaching as well, I believe that obviously talent is important, and you can, talent and hard work go hand in hand. So you can improve your skills, you can improve like your technical ability through the hard work, and it takes many hours. Like in England, we obviously in the academy system, you train Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday you miss school to go into play football, Saturday and Sunday, so that's sometimes 5 times a week. It's all about like the time that you give it. It's like anything, if you give it enough time and you give it real dedication, then you will start to progress and succeed. And I think not just working hard, but it's also about the discipline. I think discipline is probably one of the most important things, and something that we can all do, no matter if you've got a lot of talent or less talent or less technical ability. If you're disciplined in the way that you eat, what you drink, how you sleep, how you train, that's going to be the separation between how far you make it in your career. And I think that's not just for football, right? That's for any sport.
This is my last question about your career. Do you have a desire to play in Indonesia?
I think to play in Indonesia, it would be for Timnas. It would be an honor.
Or club or in the Liga 1.
Yeah, so it's something that I would embrace it, as long as it's the right sort of decision for me at that time. And I see not just the success of the national team, but the growth of Liga 1 and Liga 2, and I believe that it's something that if it's something that suits me and is good for me, then why would I ever say no to a good opportunity? But obviously for the moment, my focus remains on building my career, and as long as I'm contracted in England and wherever I am there, then that's my goal, and that's my aim.
You had in your career you had the ups and downs.
Yeah.
And how do you manage to keep the level? Keep that you're still there to play football. How do you manage to keep that?
I think, like I said before, the like hard work and talent is important, but the discipline, like if you stick to a routine, or if you stick to what you say you're gonna do and the good habits, then over time you will reap the rewards, we say in England. And I think it takes time and patience, because when I had my injuries, maybe I couldn't play for like 1 year. One of the injuries was 1 year. So you have to be disciplined. In that year, I had to kind of like still make sure I'm sleeping right, still make sure I'm eating right, so that when I come back, I'm in the best position possible to then go and develop once again. And I think it's hard because in life and in football, in elite sports, there's many ups and downs. But if you really are dedicated to what you want to do, then you'll be patient with it. Yeah.
Jadi banyak banget ya ininya apa namanya
insight
yang dibutuhkan untuk menjadi. Jadi si Abang Joseph ini dia udah pernah ngalamin cedera parah, terus dia udah pernah ngalamin cedera kambuhan gitu, tapi dia selalu bisa menjaga level itu di level yang tetap tinggi gitu. Dan kuncinya adalah tadi dia sebut ya, ada konsistensi, kedisiplinan, makan gak boleh sembarangan, gak boleh ngerokok apalagi ya. Soalnya tadi aja kita
no smoking
ya. Tadi aja kita makan di luar, kita mesen kopi, dia mesen apa. Abang Joseph air mineral. Gila, saking menjaga fisiknya, karena kan dia besok udah harus hajar lagi di Liga bersama FC United of Manchester gitu. Dan satu lagi ya.
Yeah.
What could you probably advise to our football federation, to manage the youth football for the future? I mean, like the program or something like that.
I think first of all, like I said before, the steps that have been taken already, I think have been really big, and you can already see the growth and the development. I think from my experience, not just playing in the English academy system and now but also coaching in the English academy system, I think it's my advice, and I'm sure these people already working night and day to build the infrastructure here, but I think it's patience. Like, it takes a long time to really get the rewards right. Like I said before, you reap the rewards, and it's about putting in the work and effort over a long time and really making sure the infrastructure is right, and the way that it's set up for over not just looking at the rewards for the short-term rewards, not just looking at next year or 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but 10, 15, 20 years. That's the goal. I am in England, right? It's been a long time that it's been developing. Obviously, a lot of money, a lot of
efforts,
and there's obviously a lot of people wanting to watch and people wanting to get involved. But I think that's taken a long time to get to that position. It's not overnight. It's going to take, I think.
So infrastruktur itu yang penting ya untuk menurut Abang Joseph ini. Kalau dia pengalamannya berkaca di Inggris, pertama adalah infrastruktur itu harus bagus untuk sepak bola usia muda ya Bro Mek ya.
Dan kesabaran juga karena butuh waktu lama tadi
kan. Jadi nggak bisa
waktu instan.
Bener, jadi jangan dikit-dikit protes ke atas ya.
Betul.
Wah, gimana ini. Dan yang itu yang pertama, yang kedua juga youth development. Jadi perkembangan sepak bola usia dini juga harus terus di maintain seperti itu Bro Mek.
Oke, Bro Mek, kita sudahi dulu segmen pertama. Kita akan lanjut ke segmen kedua nih, yang bagian paling seru nih. Kita akan berbicara tentang prediksi Premier League versi seorang Joseph Simatubang, Abang Jo. Sahabat bola.com masih bersama dengan Brother Joseph nih, brother kita yang jauh-jauh dari Inggris. Nah, di segmen kedua, gua dan Bro Mek akan coba mengulik-ngulik prediksi seorang Joseph tentang persaingan di Premier League di musim baru ini.
Jadi Abang Joseph ini dia pundit ya. Acting like a pundit in our program ya. Gitu. Tapi kan dia punya basic, dia kan pemain. Kalau kita apaan? Pemain fun football, kalah mulu lagi. Oke, jadi kita mau bahas Premier League dari apanya nih? Oh, yang ngomong-ngomong Premier League udah mulai rame ya Bro Mek ya.
Tuh, bursa transfer udah mulai inilah ya. Ini bisa dibilang setelah Euro ini lagi puncaknya nih, karena banyak pemain yang udah lagi liburan dan sekarang udah mulai fokus juga nih untuk menatap musim baru kan.
Apalagi kurang dari 3 minggu lagi kan. Dan jangan lupa nonton Premier League-nya di video.com. Bener ya video.com ya?
Masih
kan? Masih aman video.com. Murah lagi. Jernih. Wah, pokoknya the best lah di video. Udah. Tadi ngomongin bursa transfer. Ini yang momen transfer. Nah, kita mau ngobrol bareng nih sama si Abang Joseph nih. Kita ngomongin dia ini masih 21 tahun kan tadi ya, dia bilang masih muda lah ya. 21 tahun. Terus dia pernah belajar di Akademi Blackburn juga. Kalau nggak salah Blackburn ya.
Yeah.
Blackburn Academy. Kemudian, nah kita mau tahu nih sebenarnya akademi sepak bola terbaik di Inggris for now untuk sekarang itu apa? So, what do you think the best? Which one
academy.
is the best club that has the most prosperous football academy, youth academy in Premier League?
From my time in playing, I'd say Manchester City. I'd say Manchester City has probably one of the strongest because the facilities are world class,
well established.
Yeah,
Better than Manchester United.
I think so, and I think it's not because Manchester United is poor. Is poor facilities. Actually, they have really good ones. But if you ever go to Manchester, which I recommend you do, and you should go to see. Yeah. You come see me. Then we can finally play.
I want to eat fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Yeah, proper London breakfast. Yeah, I think.
But yeah, Manchester City, because in Manchester, it's literally in the heart of Manchester is where their facilities are, and it's like a campus. And I'd say not just obviously because of the facilities, but you can see in the level of the coaching, and you can see in the way that the boys play, and the girls play. When I used to play against them, you know that, or you'd feel like the team would be playing in a similar way as the first team play, because I think the messages from the top go all the way down to the under sixes or to the under 11s and 12s, because I think they're trying to create the environment that as soon as you get to that certain age, you're ready to, how, let's say, Pep wants you to play, or the first team manager wants to play. So they create a good philosophy and identity. You can tell when you watch Man City play.
Because we can see already there are players like Louis Bob, I think.
Yeah.
And then
Oscar Bob.
Louis Bob, Oscar Bob, and then who else? Phil Foden from Man City.
From Academy.
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker?
No.
He's
Tottenham.
Okay.
I think James McAtee.
Of course.
Yeah. There's a lot of players, and because the first team standard is so high, that a lot of the players are playing that well, but they need to go on loan. So obviously we have the loan system. Well, you have the loan system everywhere, but they get on. They loaned out. So like James McAtee was loaned out to Sheffield United, and very successful there. So it's the environment at City is that like competitive and that high that the best players sort of at academy level, it's hard for them to obviously push into the first team. So they've gone on loan and done very well. And I think that's a testament to how good their academy system is.
So there's Manchester City in the top.
Yeah.
What's the second, do you think?
Second, from my experience, I'd probably say
West Ham.
no.
West Ham is known for its academy of football.
No-nya serius banget tuh bro.
It's not because it's bad. Not because it's bad. It's actually very good. It's probably one of the best as well. A lot of investment, but I think Tottenham is probably one of the best ones. I think it's very similar to the top of the Premier League: Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea. Chelsea have like won so many like the youth competitions for the past 10, 15, 20 years. So all them top 5, top 6 clubs, they're very, very high standard.
Yeah. So for me, it used to be, I think, Southampton.
Yeah.
They produced a lot of young players potentially, and that the Southampton can manage young players like Virgil van Dijk, Sadio Mane, and then
James Ward-Prowse.
James Ward-Prowse is the legend of Southampton. I think Southampton will be in the top 5 actually in academy football academy in the UK. Do you think so?
I'd agree that they're very good academy. In England, we have like category systems.
Okay.
So it's not just the level that the academy play at is not just based on the success of the first team. If you have to like hit certain criteria.
Okay.
So like Blackburn, for example, are in the championship, right? But because they're category 1, they play against Man City. They're in that like sort of top tier category.
Oh, it's in the youth league.
Yeah, in the youth league. So we have like Premier League 2.
Okay, Premier League 2.
But then these other clubs like who are also in the Championship, like Huddersfield, but their academy system is, I think maybe category 3, so they don't play in those games. Yeah, they play in a lower division.
Okay.
So there's a different system.
Okay, talk about transfer. What the most shocking transfer for you this summer?
This summer,
Not yet.
In the Premier League.
most shocking. I don't think there's been that many shocks, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that really stands out as a big shock. Why? Who would you say is the biggest shock?
Yeah. But since you play in Manchester, and we know that Jadon Sancho probably under Erik ten Hag next season, this season, will have a spot in his squad in his formation. Do you think Jadon Sancho deserves to play for in a starting 11 under Erik ten Hag this season?
I think he deserves a chance as a United fan, because I'm a Manchester United fan, as well as Oldham. So I'm going to give a shout out to Oldham in the National League, but that's my team because that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the question, Manchester United and Sancho. As a fan, I like Sancho. I think, especially before he came to Man United, what he did at Dortmund was like unbelievable. That's why he got the move for such big money. So I think the potential is definitely there, and I think that now is a new season, a fresh season, right? So I believe he deserves to have a chance, but he's obviously going to have big competition. There's still Marcus Rashford, who again he's got something to prove. A lot of players at Man United, I think, like I said, as a fan, this season have got a lot to prove, because last season I think the consensus from the fans was that maybe they wanted a little bit more.
Okay. Langsung ke prediksi aja kali ya.
Prediksi aja bro. Big six.
Big four aja.
Big Four. So your prediction about Big Four in next season?
Big Four.
Tottenham, West Ham,
Tottenham.
Aston Villa.
Tottenham win. I'm not throwing strays at Tottenham. Tottenham are very good, but yeah.
Why I think everybody in England hates Tottenham. I don't know why.
It's not hate.
Yeah.
No, Tottenham's good, but I don't think it's going to be number one.
So who's gonna be number one?
I think Manchester City. I think it's too hard. Yeah, because they're so good. Whenever you watch them, whenever you watch them, it's like wow. And whenever you watch them and they're losing 1-0, you don't worry. You think, or you don't think, they're gonna lose this
it's
game.
not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad to lose only 1-0 to Man City like that.
No, I'm saying when you watch Manchester City and they're losing 1-0, you always believe they're gonna come back.
Okay.
Always believe, because the
mentality,
the way they play is so good, and I think probably obviously one of the best in Europe.
But currently Man City haven't bought any players, and Man United already have two.
Joshua Zirkzee.
What do you think? What do you think? Is it really important? Does it really hold a special effects in the summer transfer? For clubs to reinforce in the next season.
Yeah, but why we say in England, right? Why fix something if it's not broken?
Okay, I see.
So Manchester City,
again,
another successful season. The last 2 seasons have been unbelievable. It's not like they've got an aging squad. The bench and the whole squad is that good that they could play maybe in any other team in the Premier League. So I don't think Man City fans are worried too much. Just because you don't sign anybody doesn't mean we have to worry we're not going to do so well. Because I think if you got Pep Guardiola, you don't need to worry.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
So never change the winning team, as you say.
I wouldn't say you never change. I think you can always make additions, but for me, I wouldn't say you need to necessarily worry. And it's not over, right? So they might make a last minute last minute.
Jadi nggak
usah khawatir dari pendukung Manchester City. Meskipun nggak beli pemain, tapi City is City.
City. Yang khawatir justru fans MU harusnya ya.
But hopefully, when I come back next year, I'll say Manchester United won the Premier League. hopefully.
So Manchester City number 1 and number 2, your prediction?
Man United.
Will there be a surprise? For example, like Aston Villa.
West Ham. He wants me to stay West Ham. West Ham. I think Aston Villa will do. I think they'll do well again this year. They'll do well because they've got obviously good coach, good players, coming off the back of a good season. But it's hard to say. Hopefully, you never know. There might be another Leicester. I think that's why the Premier League is so exciting, right? That's why everybody watches it. Everybody is interested because you never know. Anybody can really have a chance at beating anybody, and that's what I like as a fan.
Yes.
Okay.
Dan Liverpool juga Bro Mac ya.
Nah.
Liverpool kan dia di pelatihnya baru nih.
Arne Slot.
Yeah.
What do you think about Arne Slot?
I think he's a good coach.
Do you think Liverpool will succeed under Arne Slot? Because you know the legacy that Jurgen Klopp left in the squad, and will there be a adaptation again for Liverpool, rebuilding or stuff?
I think it's too hard to predict for me personally. I don't know.
Yes.
I think the first year you should always obviously be given a first year. Now in football, the environment is like if you don't win for like 6-7 games, or if you don't get the good results for maybe 6 months, there's a lot of pressure and people saying, "Oh, change this. We don't like this." I think he has the capability of doing really well, but it might not be this season. So you have to jalan. Pelan-pelan. So.
Nah, kita nggak usah ngomongin Chelsea kayaknya yang penting.
Belum selesai Bro Mac. Yang number 3 sama number 4.
Oh iya, number 3, number 4 kira-kira
After
siapa?
City 1, United 2, and what about 3 and 4 position?
I'm gonna go Arsenal, number 3.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal. And
Arsenal,
number
3.
Number 4?
And number 4, I'll go Tottenham.
Tottenham tadi tawa Tottenham. So there Chelsea in Big 5 mau Big
No Chelsea, no Liverpool in Big 4.
It's hard. It's not easy, right? This prediction. I think Chelsea still turbulent. It's up and down.
Yeah.
I think still need a little bit of time to settle, right? And then and then Liverpool again. I don't know. That's why I don't put them in the top 4. I don't know what this season is gonna be like for them.
Okay.
So what about Ipswich Town?
Ipswich Town. Ipswich used to be a proper football team. Used to in the 90s probably. Yeah. And then like yo-yo team, they go up and down.
Yeah.
And now under Kieran McKenna, I think the head coach, the manager, he able to kembalikan Ipswich ke habitatnya, the actual habitat of Ipswich. What do you think of three the promoted teams? Which one do you think will survive? Or which 2 or which 3?
I hope Ipswich.
Survive. You hope Ipswich.
Yeah, I hope Ipswich survive. Again, it's hard to make like big money signings like the top 6 to 12 teams for Ipswich because they haven't got I don't think they've probably got the capability of doing that, but I hope they do. So I'm gonna say that they're gonna stay up. I hope we'll see. Because even like Luton last year, I really want them to stay up because I like the underdog story.
Yeah.
The underdog story is
same like me.
Yeah, entertaining.
Do you ever meet Elkan Bagot?
I've not met him, but we spoke like on FaceTime and exchanged messages before.
Okay.
Okay, now sekarang saatnya trivia. Kita trivianya akan menggunakan bahasa Indonesia.
Trivia tentang apa nih? Tentang sepak bola nih?
Oke, gua dulu kali ya. Tentang sepak bola lah.
Oh, ya tentang makanan gitu.
Bisa.
Yeah.
So, can you rank 3 players of your position right back which the first is the best, and the second is the second best, and the third best.
Okay, so we're talking current players or
Current players.
current players right now. I'd say number 1, Carvajal.
Okay.
In the right back position.
Yeah.
Right back.
Carvajal
Dani Carvajal. Jadi from Spain ya.
from Spain.
Yeah.
Why do you think Carvajal deserves to be the number 1?
Because
Kelas is permanen.
class is permanent. Class is permanent.
He's old, yeah.
Yeah, but he shows that age
Doesn't matter.
Necessarily doesn't matter too much as long as you can play. And you look at the way he reads the game, it's unbelievable. You look at the way, especially in the Euros he played. It's for me as a right back, I'm inspired because he's not really similar to me in the way that I play. I'm like more up and down and a bit more athletic, and I want to be as technical and be able to read the game tactically like him. And I think when I watch him, that's what I like. I'm like, wow, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
And then the second position.
Second right now, right back in the world, I'm gonna go Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker. You agree?
Agree. Yeah, the reason, physicality or
Physicality is unbelievable. Like I said, that's probably more similar to me. And when I say more similar, of course, he's like an unbelievable player, and I'm aiming to be as good as him. Obviously, hopefully better, but it's going to take a long time, and I understand that he's a very, very good player. So he's an inspiration to me. Yeah. But the way that he plays, like physical, he's up and down, and the way he deals with defenders, the way he's dealt with like Mbappe, or did you watch the? I don't like to speak about it too much because we lost, but we're not going to go too in depth on it. But the way he dealt with Nico Williams, I thought was very good, and that's what I like. I like to see that.
So what your third player, the best right back for you in number 3?
Third player, I'd say another one of my inspiration, Trent
Alexander.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good player. I think all three of them very, very different styles, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I like all three individually. And I like Trent's style because his like range of passing, his technical ability is, like I said, unbelievable. And it's probably he's one of the best in the world at what he does.
Yeah. Carvalho is like a traditional fullback, no?
Yeah. He's like a traditional fullback, but he can play like, I think, maybe a little bit underrated. Yeah. I'll go as far as to say,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
A little bit underrated. The way that he's played for Real Madrid and been a starter for Real Madrid for.
And he scored in the final Champions League.
Yeah.
He scored.
Against lawan apa?
Final Liga Champion.
Oh dia Carvalho.
Iya, golin deh. Dani Carvajal. Ya kan?
Oke deh.
Iya. Ayo trivia dari gua.
Trivia dari lu deh.
Pakai bahasa Indonesia kan?
Bebas silakan. Sebutkan.
Tiga makanan Indonesia paling favorit menurut.
This is a good question.
Yeah.
Let me think. What have I been eating for the past 2 weeks?
Indonesia. Makanan pedas-pedas suka ya?
Suka
dia.
Okay. I'd say number 1.
Yeah.
I had some like Padang food in but in Bandung, and it was like, what do you call it? Nasi. Is it nasi Padang? Like, can you call it that?
Nasi Padang is nasi Padang. I mean you can find nasi Padang in all over the country. I mean.
Oh, you want individual?
Yeah. But it's okay. You like nasi Padang as
yeah, because the reason I say that because they did ikan goreng.
Oh,
I love it. I love it. But it's like so it's dried and like salty.
Oh, ini kali
ikan
pas
balado nih kayaknya.
Bukan, kalau dia nyebut di Bandung. Kalau di Bandung tuh emang sayur asem plus ikan asin tuh enak banget, Bro, Mek.
Oh, iya.
Mungkin itu kali ya. Ikan ikan asin, salty. Iya, berarti bener ikan asin. Ikan asin. Like a fish and chip kali ya, kira.
I had
So what number 2?
Number 2. I'd say bakso. Bakso is number 2. It's very simple, but when it's right, it's enak banget.
Enak banget.
Meatballs.
Yeah.
So actually in Indonesia we have different kind of meatball.
Yeah.
So there is bakso urat.
Oh
and
iya,
then
bakso
telur.
Iya.
Telur is egg.
Yeah.
So inside the bakso is egg.
Iya.
Boiled egg.
I had one with like tofu, and then inside is the.
Oke.
Yeah,
Iya.
it's
Bakso tahu.
berarti. Nah,
Yeah.
And you must try bakso granat.
Bakso.
granat is grenade.
Grenade,
It's
yeah.
called bakso granat.
It's very spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then-
Inside the meatball is chili. A lot of chili.
So the bakso blows up. And then bakso beranak. You know, beranak is like giving birth. So when you slice the bakso, it
And it's very big.
Yeah,
it's very big. It's very big one, and you slice apa ya?
yeah. The mini baksos will be blowing up. So there are a lot of different kind of bakso. And then the number 3.
It's I think it's from Pontianak. It's like kway teow, but
kway teow.
with the crab.
Kway teow keriping apa?
Kue
Kepiting.
tiaw, iya kue tiaw.
Mana
Ya mungkin dia pakai ini kan kue tiaw kan ada yang ayam, ada yang dia pakai kepiting mungkin kue tiawnya. Iya. Kue tiaw kepiting berarti.
Jawabannya kirain gue bakal nasi goreng. Ini gado-gado. Ternyata enggak ya. Ternyata doyan ini juga dia.
Ada tadi pertama ikan goreng.
Ikan goreng.
Kedua tadi apa tadi?
Bakso.
Bakso. Ketiga sama kue tiaw
tiaw.
kepiting. Nah.
Semuanya pedes. Iya bener. Mungkin Pak Produser ada mau triviaan? Nggak ada. Enough.
Last question. What do you prefer? Indonesian ladies or England ladies?
So that's the recipe.
Thank you. Ini saya Joseph Simatun.
Yeah, we are very thankful to have you here.
Pertanyaan sulit kayaknya Bro.
Itu dijawab di belakang aja kayaknya ya.
Oke, sahabat bola.com, tadi pembicaraan kita berakhir bersama Joseph Simatupang Ferguson. Ini pembicaraan yang menarik banget. Ini pertama kalinya Bola Break dapat tamu dari luar negeri, Bro Mek. Semoga nanti berikutnya kita dapat tamu-tamu yang lebih
Dari luar angkasa.
bisa. Ntar lama-lama ini apa UFO ntar pakai UFO ntar.
Oke, Joseph, lastly you have to do you have something to say to your Indonesian
Yeah, so
followers?
terima kasih to you guys at Bola.com for having me today, and it's been a good 2 weeks in Indonesia, and I'd just like to say hopefully you take some of the stuff that I said, sort of like the advice and what you hopefully maybe listen a little bit to. Sorry, I don't know why.
It's okay, continue aja.
Try again. Okay. No, once again, thank you for having me today. It's been good to speak with you guys, and come from the UK. Last time was on video, now we're real life, and he's more ganteng in real life.
Gila Bro Mek dibilang ganteng.
Gimana? Yang jelek gimana?
And so I like to say thank you for the support that I've had already, and I love being here. I love speaking to people like today. I love coming to see my family, and it feels like I came off the plane, and it feels like a second home, and hopefully you'll see more of me, because I want to do more and sort of give more of my advice and sort of follow my story and the progression in my football, which I've still got far to go. But I always believe that for what I want to do as a football player and as a person is inspire more people to learn, hopefully most good things, but how to that's what I'd like to take away from this experience. But thank you very much.
Yeah.
Terima kasih. Yeah, so now I have obviously my Instagram. I don't actually remember the name. I think it's Joseph Ferguson Sema or Joseph Sema Ferguson. And I started to do some content because I do coaching and playing. So if you'd like to sort of have a look at what it's like as a semi-professional player who is looking to go professional and has had experience in that field, then please have a watch and hopefully you'll enjoy. And I'll start to cover the content from here today in the past 2 weeks. So hopefully see you guys there. And also TikTok as well, Joseph Ferguson Sema. Terima kasih banget.
Jadi mungkin buat penutup, Abang Joseph ini juga ternyata ini ya masih bermimpi untuk bermain untuk timnas Indonesia one day kalau memang jalurnya ke sana. Apa namanya, doanya dijabah sama yang di atas ya. Kita doain aja semoga karirnya melesat, bisa main di Premier League juga. Dan apa ya, kita mau ngucapin terima kasih lah udah jauh-jauh ke sini. We would like to thank for coming here to advise a lot of people, especially young people, who wants to be a footballer. And maybe next year if you come here again, or both of us go to England, go to the UK.
Everybody. Yeah, no.
Amin.
Hopefully, we can. If it's not in England, then whenever I'm back in Jakarta, I'll make time to speak to you guys, and hopefully West Ham have won the league by then.
Next season is ours.
Next season, and yeah, no, it's been nice to come.
Oke, sahabat bola.com, sampai jumpa di edisi Bola Break berikutnya.
Jangan lupa nonton Premier League di video.com.